Rolando G, Caleb, let me see. Friends with them. That's all. Y'all you are not their idol man. If you get blessed to be with one, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Um, before you say something, George, I want to play another video. Check this one out.
Remind you that every person on this earth is a locked diary. That HR director that you have, the one that wears the long sleeves, the pants, is very meticulous and proper and wears glasses. On the weekends, yeah, she likes to go to sex orgies and participate in gangbangs. She doesn't drink, she's not a party animal. That's just who she is. You know, my side hustle. Been at it 15 years. I've met a lot of people, a lot of men. Everything from federal judges, FBI agents, police officers, mechanics, pediatricians, psychiatrists. They all have something. We all have a story. We all have something. We all wear a mask. And it takes a lot to get this lock off and this open because we're all afraid of judgment. But let me close on this. Don't ever feel inferior or less than to other people because you know what? That federal judge likes to get dressed up in women's pantyhose and get slapped around. That cop, yeah, you know, people are all wearing a mask. Just remember to wash your own mask before you judge other people for their mask.
It's true. There's a lot of people that do stuff undercover you don't know about. Like, like some of the ladies who I know who do the is my coding, the Beat Meat websites. They had judges, IFB level, ABC level judges on there. And they're the same person that would judge them at shows. And they go on these sites and proposition them and have cyber sex with them, but still go to shows, judge them, and and that's what they do. Everybody has their thing about them. Like she said, it's Courtney Austin. Everybody knows her. Kiel, he interviewed her a while back. I'm a bit jealous. He got a chance to interview Courtney else.
Well, that ain't nothing compared to the other women that you interview. So,
sometimes,
I met her.
guys, you get the hands on some women that I don't get the hands on.
well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I actually met her at what's it called? What was it? One of the Olympias. She's pretty cool. We were gonna do a thing where I was maybe gonna make an art piece for her use for her brand, but we never followed up on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like I said, I remember the first time I went to my first bodybuilding show. That was Savannah. That's can't believe that's been about 2 years ago. And for me, it was just because I'm from North Carolina, we don't get to see women like that. Actually, I got to meet my first female bodybuilders. Was it if you know Glenn Young from Amazon Fitness Magazine? He had a debut of his magazine, and I was invited as a guest. And I got to meet a couple ladies I did interviews with, Mary Ann and Amanda Schnooks, and some other ladies who were amateurs, some ladies that were pros. And then that was just great for me. It was a great opportunity. Then it was a few months later, I think it was the next year when he had an event here in Fayetteville. It was at a gym, and Rashada Boswell was there. It was supposed to be a supposed seminar. There's only like 4 or 5 women who came there, and the rest were people who worked at the gym. And met one lady who just turned pro that year. She turned pro a few months that year. That's the one me and her are not on good terms because And I met with Shauna, and and it was just great to meet her and to talk to her. I'm a fan with Shauna. Her was it this morning? She competed at the what's the face show. Now I remember that was the day I bought her because she did an interview with me. I said, I just said, you know what? Let me bring her stuff for the care package instead of mailing like I usually do. She take it all with her. So Glenn said the rest later. and she told me that she had twins, a little boy, and a little girl. Her little boy Lucas, George, he loves a toothbrush. She said, and he's still using it. It's been a long time. I don't think he's using that toothbrush anymore because he's already about 5 years old. And it's great when you get a chance to meet these people. And then when I went to Savannah to be big stage, to see all these women. Like I took some pictures to talk with Lena Popa. I saw Linda Murray. I wish I could talk to her, but I know she was busy. Eddie Vicchio from who was a legend back in the day, who runs Muscle Angels, Sheena Olick, Donna Salib, I got to talk with Irene Anderson, a couple of ladies who I interviewed. One lady who's there that Kay, I don't speak her name.
Yeah.
And it was just up to it. One person I wish I should have talked to. I regret I didn't do that. It was Ingrid, and that was the year right before, a few months before she died. Her and her husband were there, and they had their boots for bulletproof. And she had an amazing body. She was planning on switching over to women's bodybuilding next year, but then she had gotten sick and she passed away. And I always regret this. I didn't go over there and talk to her to say hello. But it was me. It was just a big thing for me, seeing all these women, these people, and I'm just this little country boy come from North Carolina, and it was just.
But the topic, like what I played, like what's your thoughts about the judgment and stuff? Because I know you be telling me about how people judge you, like they would ask you questions about, are you gay? And you looking at a female bodybuilder, and they have like this perception of you.
That's their problem, not mine.
No, I'm just saying, like what's your thoughts about being judged?
Yeah.
No, that's all. That's all.
People, right? People are going to. They're going to jump to that conclusion. I mean, we've been getting it since I was younger. When people first saw that I liked it, my parents and other people were like, "Are you gay?" Like, the thing is, it's like, okay, you could let it affect you, which it did for me. It did affect me for a long, long time, but I didn't let it stop me from pursuing female bodybuilders. I'm like, I'm more attracted to them. I'm more attracted to muscle women. So why should I stop trying to pursue them? Just because I got these other people who think that I'm attracted to dudes because I'm attracted to muscular women, like, fuck them. I'm gonna go do my thing. I think they feel better and they look better than regular women to me. And there's a lot of dedication and hard work that they've exemplified in doing that. It's just something about them being above the common everyday trope of a woman that America has had for a long time, which is just this woman who stays at the house, chills, doesn't do anything, just cleans up, blah, blah, blah. There's something extremely exotic about a woman who's beautiful, but is also super strong. And like if she's competitive or athletic, can run fast, box, like those types of things. There's been a segment of men throughout history that have always liked those types of women. We always had to kind of stay quiet about it, but now I think it's becoming more popular for us to come out. Because here's what's funny: a lot of those dudes that used to say, "Oh, you're gay if you like female bodybuilders," I found out later on, some of them were attracted to female bodybuilders. They just were. They were too ashamed. And they had, pressure of society and other people breathing down their neck, so that, there's a lot of mind traps that we fall into based on other people's judgments,
I think, in my opinion, we all judge people, because especially when you forming that opinion, it's just that, I can't say it's right or wrong. It's just what you align to, if it makes sense. It's just because one time, like, I know you're gonna come on, George, but one time I seen this guy. I was at this event, right, and I was talking to this dominatrix, and next thing she was telling me, she was like, yo, I want you to open the door for my slave. So I'm like, okay, I don't live here, this ain't my place like that, but I didn't, I was lost. So eventually, hold on, Rolando's back. When I opened the door, what was I about to say? He distracted me. There was this guy. He was wearing a dress, straight up, like, and then like next thing you know, I'm just looking at him like flabbergasted. And then she had him like twerking this other twerking in front of this other dude and all the kind of crazy stuff. Then she had me, like rubbing her toes and stuff like that. And the dude with the dress, he's telling me how to like rub her feet and stuff like that, rubbing her feet. So I'm like, listening to him and stuff because he seemed like he got some pointers and stuff. So I'm like, and then next thing I see him like buying like food for her, and I'm just looking. I'm like, whoa, that's that can't be me. It was mind blowing to see this. I'm like, yo, like,
well, but that's a different story. That's one thing. That's a different story.
Yo, like,
that's
yo, that.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, that's common though in this world because the whole with female bodybuilders, what men want from them, I guess, when it comes to private interactions, at least sexual ones, is a little bit of role reversal. Now, I'm not the one that's going to want to do dressing up in no dress or something like that. But for me, I have a hard like boxing fetish. So I like it when the girl dresses up in boxing gear and we don't beat each other up. She just play fights and then, I have her like smother me or that type of thing. And I'm okay with that because it's exotic. It's not realistic, but in the scenario of, closed doors, letting my imagination go, it's fucking, I mean, to me, it's amazing. I've had one who was dressed up in that attire and she literally, I was like, oh, you can't pick me. And as soon as I said that, she lifted me off the ground. I was like, oh my God, it was amazing. So
yeah, you be having these fantasies, bro.
Oh,
hey, I mean, hey, that's part of
I just think about regular,
but
dealing with them like a regular woman. To be honest,
But to go back what BC said earlier about most men still are attracted to the regular women. We like to feel about. We like the woman who stays home and cooks. Still, I'm like I said, I'm from the South.
Right.
My mother, she worked and she still when she had time, she took care of us. And some of those women do still do that. Even the female bodybuilders, they like to stay home and cook for their husbands and their boyfriends. It's still
nothing wrong with that.
They made bodies.
And I'm not saying I'm against them.
Yeah, I know, but their bodies may not be the same as like those other women, but they still like to be traditional women. They like the traditional part of being a woman, just letting the man be the man, and her just being as the wife of the girlfriend. Just doing the things that they do. Being, some like I said, some many ladies are mothers. They have kids. They take care of a home. Some of the ladies, like one lady I interviewed, Sharon. She's a stay-at-home mom. A female bodybuilder just turned 4. And
wow.
Yeah, she's still like a traditional mom. She's a grandma. She's a beautiful lady.
Oh.
Grandma. She has 3 kids. Her oldest son about to get married sometime soon, and her kid is still living in the house. Her daughter, they have a cute little grandbaby. Remember I interviewed her. She has a cute little grandbaby. She's still a traditional woman, but she loves the sport.
Love the grandmothers.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I was getting at though is, when it comes to like a little fetish, people, it's okay for those role reversals. Definitely in a everyday relationship, I definitely can't have no woman domineering me, like telling me what. And another thing too, these female bodybuilders respect men, strong, confident men. Unless they're abusive, they're not going to go around trying to control and demean you all the time. If you catch signs like that, then it's time to leave. But for the most part, yes, they're going to still behave like normal women. It's just sometimes with certain, for fun, they do like to lean into the whole I'm a woman and I'm stronger than a man type of thing, even though they're realistically. Here's another thing too. Most female bodybuilders are not stronger than men. they're stronger at lifting certain weights, but
Right.
there's a level of natural strength that we have that they do not have. Now, some of them do. Some of them, especially if they played, like if they did something like wrestling, rugby, they did some other kind of sport as well as powerlifting. If they combine that with their bodybuilding, some of those women are actually stronger than a lot of men. Not like 90%, but stronger than like 85%. So they're out there, and when they get the chance to, if you're fun and cool with each other, they will lean into that. But it's not like every time we're walking around, they're gonna like pull you or like try to show everyone that she's stronger.
Are you natty or not?
I'm currently natty.
Just because you're putting up numbers,
Hold
I
on.
assume you're probably just rowing this.
Yolanda. Oh,
But you're
Jesus.
currently natty,
I am.
so you haven't always been natty.
No.
Do you want to elaborate?
I
on
got
the cycle,
comments on that.
or
Hold
just
on.
keep it anonymous for people to try and guess?
You guys can guess, but it's very little. It's probably way less than you would think. Rania M. Dali on Instagram.
Yo, they don't. Some of these he was. They don't like him too much when they approach him like that. He was at the Olympia this year. He approached a lady that interviewed Natalie Ray Wolf, and he asked her that same question. Said, "Nah, she's not going. She didn't play for the Okido." He did it to Teresa Vasic last year, and Teresa, I don't know why she fell into it. Also, this lady, it was Michelle Messiah, who's a fitness competitor. He asked the same thing. She said, "No, we don't need to talk to me." He ran away. He did talk to Jessica Reyes Padilla. You should find that video. And I think he talked to Lavinia Bottles and her friend Amanda Machado. And, and if you check in the I left a link in there, and I know BCC is a fan of women in boxing. There's some videos of Lavinia. She's sparring. If you know who Lavinia Bottles is, she's a Brazilian bodybuilder. She's sparring. She posted on her IG that she was doing some sparring practices with Anderson Spider Silver, who's a legendary MMA fighter.
Yeah, I didn't know who that female bodybuilder is. Yeah, you have to tell me the name again or whatever.
Rank.
When
The one that was talking.
Yeah,
no. I know that one. That's Rania Dali. Rania,
Okay.
Tell you real quick. I actually created. I turned her into a sticker. That's an actual piece that I did with one of the gyms that she came up to in San Diego. It's called Fit Mission Athletic Club, and I airbrushed this piece, and then she hired me to turn it into a sticker. She's beautiful. Like she's amazing. But she just got
I accidentally kind of played that tape. I mean that video because I trying to like pull up another guest, but it turned out Rolando. Okay. But yeah, I mean to piggyback on that, I mean like they kind of entertain him, by conversating with him, because he do a lot of videos interviewing these women, whether they feel comfortable or not. It's almost like Kevin Samuel type of thing. Like the women call in, and they don't like what they get, and then they start getting viral. I mean, it's the same choice. It's the same thing with this dude. I mean, you really can't get mad at him asking that question because all he got to do is like ignore them. That's all.
Here's the thing: is some people do ignore him, but the thing is, that's very personal. Some of these ladies, when we do interviews, they will ask me, "George, I don't want to talk about my gear. I won't say what you're taking, but I will talk about because steroids is prevalent in your sport. I won't ask you what you're taking because that's none of my business. I know I have guys in comments that what kind of gear you say. I'm not gonna ask that. That's her business. I'm not gonna ask that. That's not saying it's Carol Samuels. When these women come in on Carol Samuels stuff and say, "Hey, yes, it is," he's asking this question. That's something personal. Some of them, like Natalie Wade did, she did not, play the okie doke. She didn't answer. Some did, and they had a problem answering. But some ladies take that very personally. Not to put Kenny KO in the same way as Cameron Samuels. That I know that's what you're thinking, but no. Like I said,
I'm just saying. I mean, it's still. They still. I mean, I get what you're saying. either they just walk away or just like answer the question or just kind of,
Sometimes
like, or don't answer the question. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
he
he's
answers
making content. He's making
and
content with them.
Right. Right.
sometimes it can be, that's very personal. They sometimes they can be, they're still women, and women will be polite. But then, like I said, one of my favorite movies is Roadhouse. And remember what Dalton said? We said it's a time to be nice, and it's time not to be nice.
Right. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me read this
Yeah.
chat.
Hey.
Let me read the chat, and then you can speak, Rolando. Emmanuel L., the woman that I'm friends with, who is a bodybuilder, who shall remain nameless, told me if you want to date a female bodybuilder, you should treat them like a normal and regular woman. And Sean Prey
I
says,
do.
Raina is gorgeous. What you wanted to say, Rolando?
No, I just wanted to say that they put up barriers to me like regular women to me, and that's why I sometimes I don't because even the one I'm trying to talk to from Brazil, I'm trying to really get at her, but she likes my comment, but she won't say anything back, and then I'll speak in the Brazilian translation, but it's not really picking up. Maybe because I'm not there, yet. In Brazil, maybe. I mean, I'm coming there soon, because I'm gonna go to Rio de Janeiro Carnival this upcoming late February, March, with like a buddy of mine. So I'm more into the ones like out there, but it's like the ones here seem to me like they just want to. I don't know. They're looking for like some like sugar daddy, because I remember there was one profile female bodybuilder. I'm not talking bad about them. I mean, like they want, what they want, but it sounds
Say
like they
what
got
you
some
gotta
like,
say. Say what you
oh
gotta say.
no. They sound like they got like these certain like expectations to get with them. That's why I don't try to put a lot of eggs in the basket to hook up with them, because I think it's a little bit impossible. I mean, but BC Royce over here, I guess he's got it made with that, but I don't know. I mean, I just don't know.
It was for me. It was a little bit of luck. So one of the things I actually I reached out to Nikki to try to. I was looking for a trainer, and for me, I'm more accountable to my trainer whenever it's a woman, just because it's almost like a mommy feeling, like you don't want to disappoint your mom. And so I'm definitely better with staying more consistent. I work out all the time anyway, but I was trying to get more ripped as well as fix some issues I had with my back. And so I reached out to Nikki when I was in Fresno, and then she took me on as a client. But then she started hooking me up, and then I started to realize like, oh, like let me do like a drawing of her, and then she took it, and then eventually I segued it into like, you want to go out, hang out sometime, and then it turned into that. But I got, like I said, that was luck in a way, but I also have hired a female bodybuilder to train me before. Y'all mentioned Sheena Oleg, like that's another way too to get. All right, I'm not like giving away secrets or anything, but one of the ways to like start getting close to them, but also in a professional way. I'm not telling you to hire a female bodybuilder with the intention of hooking up with them. You hire one with the intention, if you're serious about getting your physique right, because they're going to notice that. So the ones that I've hired before, if I didn't follow their instructions and meal plan and all that, they would have dropped me in a heart piece, because then they would have been, okay, this dude's probably just interested in us because we're muscle women. If you start to actually interact and train with them or under them, following their guidance, you start to learn more about them as people, and you become more comfortable being in the presence of a female bodybuilder without it becoming something sexual. That later on translates to other times you're around muscle women and not getting, into that creeper feeling that sets a lot of them off. I mean, that's the main thing. Women are very, very sensitive. They are very aware, no matter how much we try to pretend like we're confident on the outside, or even if we have like a lot of muscles or something like that, they can sense if we're deep down nervous or have like creeper type of intentions. So when I started to train with these women and be around them and not have that type of intention, it just became easier for me to now start to be around muscle women and not give off that type of vibe or feeling. And they respond, I guess, a little bit to that. I don't know, relaxedness. I think that's what it is, just being more relaxed. I get nervous around several of them too, but I don't think it overwhelms me as much as it used to. So.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I like totally like hear what you're saying. It's just I think having access to them because I'm not around them a lot. So but yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that is one way.
Diego, I'm sorry, San Diego, like you're talking about Brazil, and Brazil is a haven for female bodybuilders.
Oh yeah.
Also,
so if you're there, you should go and hire one. You should go there and hire one to train you or something like that. But I'm in San Diego right now, and in San Diego / Southern California, there's I won't say a ton of them, but there's a decent amount.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I know people live in that area. Also, like he's talking about Sheila Oleg. I interviewed Sheena a few years back. She was one of my earliest interviews. I met her in person. Beautiful. She is one thing I remember when I sent her my care package. It was one thing she loved is those Reese's peanut butter cup cereal. I sent it in her care package. She's a big donut freak. She's I know her profession. I think somebody said she could be bi. Some say she might be. She likes women. I remember somebody telling me that she has a big crush on Sergio Olivier Jr. That's the son of the legendary Sergio Olivier. Like I said, to meet her in person, she's a beautiful lady, Rivazi. This year wasn't the best year for her compared to when she won her first Olympic qualification back in 2021. She took that time off. She's very politically into politics. Like ever since the semester happened last week, she's been really anti Trump. And I respect that. Some of these ladies are very intelligent. They're into politics, and if you really share something in common with them, they really, especially in the bodybuilding world, it's very conservative. At the same time, it's funny.